fan with
Really,
good access.
really.
Man,
You
I tell you.
wait. You can't start off a conversation saying, "I want to get back to the silly sauce," and then expect people not to say "fan with good access."
Didn't think about it like that. Anyway, let's get to some headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
So the Heat lost their preseason opener yesterday to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who, for whatever reason, the Heat cannot beat. Preseason, regular season, doesn't matter. The Wolves are our daddies. I don't know if this is like a Jimmy Butler sacrifice. We didn't trade Jimmy Butler for the Wolves. I don't know what this is, but ever since he cannot beat any inclination of the Heat since Jimmy Butler has come here.
Somebody put a root on the Heat when Jimmy Butler ended up there.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's a weird thing.
I gotta tell you, does Anthony Edwards remind you of a young LeBron, just with his size?
Right? I don't think he's that big. I think he's a lot of people have compared him to D Wade because he's
6'6", 6'7".
No, he's like 6'3". He just has crazy wingspan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. A lot of people out of the draft because he was coached by Tom Crean, same college coach. A lot of people compared him to D Wade.
Okay, but he looks bigger. He looks bigger than D Wade, though.
I think it may be his wingspan. I mean, D Wade had really big wingspan for a guard too,
right?
And he may be a little bit bigger because D Wade, he's 6'4". D Wade was quote unquote 6'4". That's what they said. But a lot of people have compared him to D Wade, and I will say. He's really good, dude.
Right. Like it's just you see him and I would say that now that we think about it, because the thing about D Wade and LeBron is when they first came into the league, they did a lot of the same things. LeBron was just bigger, but D Wade to the rack, he, just
dynamic.
Able to get whatever shot he wanted, right? And that was and LeBron had to kind of develop a jump shot, but it never stopped him from getting to the rim.
And I think that's the thing that's interesting about Anthony Edwards is like, he was just in year 2 last year, and he's not a I don't think people are quite threatened from him from a 3-point shot yet, but he's shooting it. Like he's getting into that mode of his career. He goes, and so, like, I'm sure he's going to be super competent by the time he's 21 years old. He just turned 21 years old.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like he just really looks like, and with his size, because he looks thick, right? He gets wherever he needs to get on the basketball court.
He's very, very impressive. But as far as the Heat last night, it was funny, man, because I got there and
you had to get there extra early.
Well, it's like the show gets off the air, then I got to do a little broadcast prep, and then I drive on down, and it's like, it was weird feeling going down there because we did media day last week. We'll bring you some more media day interviews this morning. We're gonna have our interview with Tyler Hero, with Victor Oladipo, but I was like, it just doesn't feel quite like basketball season. And I never feel that way. I Jones for the Heat. I'm like,
is it because the Dolphins are doing decent?
I don't know. I think it was a combination of things. The Dolphins have definitely swept up our world here a little bit. I think it was
all them trades you talk about that fell through.
No. I was going to say it was because they went off to the Bahamas, so they weren't here. So they were here and then they were gone. And I had this feeling like
3 days.
They were gone, dude. They were gone out of my life. And so it was like this feeling of, it doesn't feel quite like basketball season. I just don't feel ready. And then I walked through the doors and I see that beautiful court. And it was like a religious experience. It like swept over me because I hadn't been there since the scene of the crime, which is, of course, Jimmy Butler missing the 3 in Game 7 with pain, walking out with sadness, heartbroken. But as soon as I saw that hardwood, dude, I was like, it's back, dude. Oh, Goosies galore. It felt so good to see that building, to see that hardwood, to see players I don't know who they are, but they were warming up there at like 4:45, and I was so happy to see them. I wanted to go hug the guy with the ponytail, and it was like Leroy. It was a delight.
Goosies galore.
It was back right away because I was like, I don't know, basketball, it's back, huh? I don't know if I'm feeling it. And then it's like, as soon as I walk through the door, I'm like, I can't wait for the next game. I can't wait.
We got to chew on this for a minute because there's a reason why. And part of the reason is you had the Panthers tried to make a little run. They didn't.
No, they tried.
Okay. You had the Dolphins who, for the last month and a half, all attention has been on them and the way they've started. So basketball just kind of snuck up on you for that reason. If the Dolphins were 1-3, right, you would have more, you would look forward to basketball even more. But keep in mind, the Panthers had a big trade.
Yeah, they got Kachuk. Yeah, he are the same team. But in a weird way, though, and this was the experience last night, they have brought everybody back, but they are going to play very different, it feels like, because Spo is going to tinker a lot. And seeing last night, it was interesting right off the bat because Big Yurt and Bam start next to each other. And I was like,
well, and hey, no. Here's why Big Yurt and Bam could play together. Bam shooting the three. Woo! Hey,
Goosies. Let me tell you something right now.
He can't go back. You can't go back.
You can't tease me like that, Bam. Okay? And I appreciate it because I told you, don't go to London to shoot threes and come back here and don't shoot threes. Oh, when he hit that three.
Oh, the whole building erupted, right?
Leroy, the building erupted, but the way Jason Jackson and I looked at each other at the broadcast table, I have only had a look of love with people like that only a few times in my life. And that was my wife, when I first fell in love with her, my kids, when I first looked in their eye.
Were you sober?
Yes.
Okay.
And when Bam Adebayo hit a preseason 3. Because Jason Jackson and I looked at each other longingly. And it was just like, because it was so good, dude. It was so good.
I picture you meeting your wife with an empty keg over your shoulder.
Oh, dude, I was sober when I met my wife. I took her to a Chili's. That was our first date.
Ooh, Chili's.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, dude. Listen, we were 19 years old balling.
Oh. You know where when I was in college, our spot was BW3s.
Huh?
Buffalo Wild Wings?
It was called BW3s, but it wasn't like, I don't know. What's it called? BW3s, and it said they were usually on college campuses. So I don't know if that's the same. You know what I mean? Because I think one of them had to change their name.
Did you do you have the call of this, Marcos, last night? Jason Jackson, 560 WQM, your new flagship station for Miami Heat basketball. Let us hear the call last night on the Heat Radio Network.
Turnover by Reed. Bam was working in to be disruptive. Now Bam on the other end fires a three, knocks it down. Is that going to be really a part of his arsenal? You better watch out. If Bam's going to step in rhythm from three and knock him down, you're in trouble.
Man, that was good, dude. And then he's saying, is that going to be part? He's asking that to me, and we're looking at each other with love because it was a beautiful thing.
But hey, isn't it amazing? Bam has the prettiest shot not to shoot jump shots, right?
All right. It's so pretty.
You work on this your whole life.
Oh,
and you finally got the stage. You know, we can't make eye contact no more, me and Bam.
Why's that?
Because, I've been asking him, when you going to shoot the three? And he been looking at me saying, it's not about the three. I got to do a lot of other things.
No,
so now, the next time we make eye contact, I got the, hey.
Can I hear the call last night on Bally? Eric Reed, John Crotty on the call. Can we hear what the OG voice of the Heat?
It was on TV. I couldn't find it.
Here comes Strus. Got his own miss. Bam for three. Kabam!
Oh, I love it.
You think he wrote that down?
I don't know. I don't know what his
kabam.
I've tried to throw him
back.
suggestions before. You know who he takes a lot of suggestions from, or it has?
You're throwing suggestions, Eric Green.
I've tried.
Hey, what
It's
are
a
you
little
doing?
much.
What are you doing?
I told him.
What are you doing?
I told him Precious with a fresh swish.
Okay.
He didn't go for it.
Yeah, that's
He didn't go for it.
Shocking. He didn't go
Shocking.
for it.
Shocking.
We'll take a break here on WQAM, and this month WQAM is celebrating its 30th anniversary
Think about it.
as the #1 and most listened to sports radio station in South Florida. Listen all month long for interviews and special shows. That's brought to you by Anna John Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Back with more Tobin and Leroy after this.